Spirit Vessel on it, but I really don't think that's the go this game. I think you need to itemize to be able to shove these lanes out a little bit more effectively. So maybe a Maelstrom build is on the cards for him, even eventually going into the Gleep here.
Could you feel like there's a consideration for an Orchid? Just on alone? Just with the puck in particular, just being able to control him, because we saw what the Silence could do last game early on from TA Trap. So just trying to see if you feel like how versatile can this?
Yep. I don't think it's needed. Like you've got a Pango who's going to have Blink Dagger, right? You've got a Rubik for that instant lift. Speaking of Rubik, Matthew trading a little bit with Mickey. He'll see that he didn't have any inventory spots used, so they shouldn't be baited out by the sentry there. And then, of course, you've got that Night Stalker answer as well, right? So, no, I don't think they're too worried. I think they're mostly concerned about Alone having a lot of this damage potential when the team fights do begin.
Easy CS. 8 gold, 4 experience.
He's got the Blightstone as well on Alone. I like it.
Yep. Where we putting our chips in this game one? I feel like it's... I like both sides draft.
Yeah. It's coming down to execution, essentially. Like, are you able to farm enough on Thunder Awaken before the massive, like, surge, the zoo, starts to just roll its way over you? That's the question.
We have seen South America being a region that does like this position 1 Night Stalker. We have seen K1 play it. I think there were 2 games yesterday we casted K1 play the Night Stalker. Now we get to see Bakars playing it as well. Gonna be interesting on the item build for the Night Stalker. Was it both games we saw the Midas into the Ag Shard on Beast Crest on K1? So do you feel like that's is that the route Bakars is probably going to go down?
I think
bottom lane. Oh, Martu. That's a beautiful stun onto 2. Insania's leveled up the attendance, so they won't have the impetus or the enchant to be able to hold Matthew back.
Another stun coming through. I mean, this is what you need to do, right? You need to just bully the lane as much as possible. And for the amount of mana that it costs, Unstable Concoction does way too much damage. Especially once you get level 2, you know, you're going to have the Acid Spray. A lot of people think, well, I'm playing an Alchemist. I got to play around Greevil's Greed. Not anymore. This is an incredibly strong laning combination. Especially when you're pairing it together with an Enchantress.
Looks like Matthew's read that as well.
Job. Yep. He's blocking up a couple of camps as well.
Senya, though, this is exactly what you need to do from a support. Just pull the wave directly over. Look to try and meet the opposition inside the jungle. Just have a pseudo lane battling it out. But it does look like Matthew's going to be able to get... Oh, no, he didn't actually get the creeps.
It's fine. It'll still create a double wave to be able to start to come back into you. I mean, the wave is pushed underneath the tower, so Sacred should be fine, unless he dies. That's the main thing that he needs to avoid right here. And look at Insania, making the rotation back. Level 2. Haven't put a point into the Acid Spray just yet. Oh no, Matumba Man, that would have been a kill. Maybe now that the kill isn't possible, he'll put the point into the Greevil's Greed, but I really thought that would have been first blood, and that would have been huge for Liquid. They need to snowball.
Yeah, and you saw Martu wasn't really able to CS as well with that going on. He had a double wave under the tower, so missed out on a lot of creeps. But meanwhile, let's take a look at how this mid lane's shaping up for the moment. Mickey, 8-1 compared to the 9-6. It does really feel like Unlone's going to have a damage advantage with the Treant, so Mickey's probably going to have to play off the back of the orbs to CS.
Damage advantage. He's also gone, again, this glass cannon build that he needs to. He's got the Gloves of Haste, he's got the Blightstone, he just wants to be harassing Mickey as much as possible. And, well, with all of those kills, sorry to bring it back to bot, that Matumba Man missed underneath the tower, it means that his Soul Ring's going to be a little bit slower. That's something that you really need to make sure that you're considering early on, because I mean, he leveled up the Acid Spray eventually at level 2, but just doesn't have the mana for it until this item comes out to him on the courier. It's going to be here. I wonder if that doesn't look like Matthew will be in a position to be able to snipe it in time. And how's top going?
Size going for the ball build at the moment. Looks like they're both having a but I'm just it's a lane where they don't really have ways to kill the ball, so Size going to look to level that one up instead. Of course, does help a lot with being able to take your objectives, especially with the catapult timing. But it looks like, I mean, everyone's so tanky in this lane. We've got 4 melees. Maybe Pandamoon not so much. I mean, they're doing a lot of damage onto the Ogre, and we will have our first blood. They're going to try and give it a Zai, but you got to get the kill first.
The
Shoot
Vision.
through the trees. Oh, they won't get him. Oh no, they wanted the kill over to Zai, but means that Ogre will be able to get back to safety.
Nicely done, nicely done. So I would say, for how things are going early, Thunder Awaken are incredibly happy with how the start to this game has gone. I mean, Sacred might end up dying here. He's going to need to have his juking boots on, and he will. Again, just dodging another one of these gank attempts. Matumba Man having to be fed over a bunch of regen. All of these acid spray
They're
unstable
diving top
concoction combos
lane.
are not working.
Yeah, because they should be able to get the kill this time, and there we go. Zai finally finds first blood. They've still got the board to play with, and Boxy finds a level 3 as well. The smashdown coming through from the Starbreaker. It looks like Liquid off to a good start at this top lane.
Alright, much better. This is what you want to be doing whenever you've got a Dawnbreaker lane, right? Dominating it as much as possible. And, well, Zai, he's just going to make... It's going to become even more difficult as things go on. This isn't a position 1 Dawnbreaker or a position 3 Dawnbreaker, so you don't feel comfortable enough to have the stats to go forward and use the Starbreaker onto the... What am I talking about? Never mind. They can't kill the boars, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I do like Bakaz how he's gone for... Like, he's got a crap load of armor under the tower. Like, recognizing the chainmail is going to be really important because of the boar build. Right clicks coming out as well, Starbreaker being physical, so I do like that read, at least from the Night Stalker. And if he can, well, we have the first nighttime coming up shortly, so this will definitely increase the prowess of Thunder's top lane.
And of course, at any time, Nature's Prophet can just look to rotate towards that lane as well, so that's something that you need to be mindful of. Mickey making sure to keep this lane shoved in as much as possible, putting a little bit less emphasis onto the small camps this game because of that factor. Of course, Lone has that luxury to be able to just go back. He's about to have the Wrath of Nature as well, so how are people sitting HP-wise? Basically, everyone's on full HP on Liquid, so can't quite go for that kill attempt just yet.
Yeah, the Wrath of Nature offs like a... pretty much like the Thunder God's Wrath, honestly. Like, very similar in that aspect, and you even have the global potential to be able to TP in, so... we've seen the Zeus, how prevalent he is through the major so far, and we saw the Nature's Prophet position too a while ago, but it also, when you play it in this role, can really get active and have a lot of burst potential early. So, Liquid, they do have to be cautious of this.
It's been a while. The last time I'm seeing Nature's Prophet mid in my games is because he's just walking it down or TPing into the enemy base.
Hate to see it. There's a big rune if they're able to find it. Boxy might be in trouble. The Treant's going to be able to scout out. There's the Wrath of Nature coming on. Oh, they don't get the tick though, so... yeah, they still get the ward, but... not the kill onto Boxy. Wrath of Nature now on cooldown, so this could give a window for Liquid to play aggressive in one of the side lanes.
And the siege creeps in the mid lane have actually stayed alive. Mickey is going to deal with the Thunder Awaken one now, while Nature's Prophet is out of the lane, but it's very important that they look to address this, because this is a Nature's Prophet. You should be looking to take as much tower and map control as you can, because you know Liquid's going to. You've got an Enchantress and a Beastmaster, with the Beastmaster nearly reaching that level 6, and just a couple of 100 gold away from that Helm of the Dominator.
Bottom lane, Rolling Thunder out from Sacred. TP's going to come through as well from the Nature's Prophet. Matu, he's trying to juke and jibe, but Sacred will finally get that first stun, but the rotation has come out. Liquid, they will trade at least a 1-for-1. Not worth it in the end, though, for Liquid. You really want to keep Matu alive to find that gold on the Alchemist.
Didn't know about that interaction. Boxy just using the Starbreaker to swipe on through the Sprout. That's going to be really effective later on when the leash talent is a bit more of a factor.
Oh, Insanio? Not like this. Run up a high ground, trying to pop a ward down to make it a little bit safer to farm, but this should signal it out where it's placed. Matthew... oh, never mind. He's gonna scout that one out.
Zai is having a great game, though, and it's fitting. It's a little bit belated, but a couple of days ago, the man celebrated his 25th birthday, and what better way than to confirm Liquid a spot, at least in the lower bracket. You don't want to be going home when TI is on the line for you guys.
And what are you expecting Zai to look to itemize his game? Oh, alright, well, he's got the Helm of the Overlord queued up, so... I don't know. Mid lane, we'll hold that thought real quick as Mickey and Boxy in combination together. That is a beautiful coil, but Boxy, he doesn't get the last slash to be able to stand up Pandamoo. They're going to be cautious about the rotation coming in from alone, but it looks like Boxy will be able to reposition out of danger.
I heard the hesitation in your voice when it came to the Beastmaster's build, and I can understand why, right? Like, classic Picard, he's going into the Hand of Midas just so that he can deal with boars now and, you know, multiple units later once he's got that Aghanim Shard for the Hunter in the Night. It feels a little weird, though, right? Because suddenly Beastmaster feels a lot less effective. You've essentially taken all of his influence away. Unless it's like Zai feels the confidence to be able to say, okay, well, maybe at nighttime I'm going to play very defensively, and then during the daytime when Dark Ascension is available, that's when I'm going to be looking to make a lot of my pushes happen.
Nothing good happening to Radiant's middle tower.
Even just taking this Alpha Wolf here on Insania. Right now, he's trying to position himself in the way to prevent any kind of rotation towards that top side to protect the tier 1 tower, and Zai, with his auras, with his units, is going to be enough to be able to take that on his own.
Yeah, and we see they're also giving some much-needed experience for Boxy mid lane, so if he can find that level 6, the Solar Guardian in combination with the Coil, that could be something that Thunder Awaken don't have the answers to early, but Mickey's going to rotate bottom, so this should be an easy kill, and make a great movement down, further securing the lane for Matumba Man.
This is a game where it's actually really important for Boxy, if he can, to get into the Aghanim Scepter, because a lot of that damage that's coming through is physical. Nature's Prophet, Night Stalker, it's essentially all coming from there. It's only a little bit that's going to be going through the Aghanim Scepter. Solar Guardian would be from the Pangolier if he goes into a bit more of a right-clicking build, because the Swashbuckle, it's True Strike. So that's one of the few things that's actually able to go on through it.
You see, Pego at the moment, Sacred is going to be working on the Diffuser Blade. Mid lane, Boxy, Telekinesis back under the tower, but he does have some heroes playing around. Liquid doing a very good job to, once again, secure the power runes for Mickey.
The Diffusal makes a lot of sense, though. It's not necessarily the wave clear that I was talking about with the Maelstrom, but it still discourages Team Liquid from just continuing to push on forward. They can't take these extended team fights that they might be wanting to with the Alchemist. We have to remember that recent-ish, the Alchemist got that buff to the Chemical Rage where you have a 5-second higher duration on it, even if it meant another 5 seconds on the cooldown. It's still more time that you've got it up.
Are we concerned that Thunder... Because Liquid are playing with so much map at the moment. They still have this T1 tower down bottom that Martu's free farming in. You got the Beastmaster in the jungle. Zai's taking multiple camps away from Thunder Awaken. You got mid lane that supports it clearing. So do Thunder need to get aggressive shortly to open up the map?
How are you going to do that, though? Like, who is your tower takers right now? It's essentially only alone, and it feels like he wants that Orchid that you were predicting before. Looks like they really feel like they need to be bursting in onto one target to have a better end of a lot of these early team fights, but I don't know if Picard wants to make any attempt to join these team fights, at least until he's level 15, into the 15-minute mark. He can wait out the Dark Ascension until like the 14-minute mark. I think he's going to be very happy with that, just so that it is still nighttime after that stage. But speaking of Picard, he's getting rotated onto a little bit here by Zai as well as Insania, but be able to back out enough. Midas, of course, keeping him up with the rest of the team, but you have to remember, you're going up against an Alchemist, so you can't just spend too much time sitting in these trees. Sometimes you need to take that calculated risk.
Now going to smoke up on Thunder. That Ward of the Secret Shop did see kind of multiple heroes start to part their way towards that area. They didn't see exactly where the smoke, but yeah, they pinged it out. So Insania is well aware of this occurring. And that was the Orchid that they were looking to reveal on a bigger fish, but just the Enchantress they kill off.
Very, very happy with it, though. Again, Matumba is farming, Boxy is farming, Mickey is farming, and even Zai farming as well with this additional amount of vision that you've got. They were able to take control of the Hawk, I believe, or was that the stolen spell?
Yep.
Okay. That's a nice little bonus to have, though. You know that Team Liquid are going to be running at you, so if you've got a little bit of extra vision out on the map, that's a huge benefit for Thunder.
Just back on our conversation prior with Zai's itemization, I feel like one really nice thing with like the Lycan and the Beastmaster with this Helm of the Overlord is that it really opens up Roche incredibly early. And maybe this is one thing that they're looking for Liquid, because prior to that, they didn't have like the greatest way to do it. So maybe the Helmet Overlord, they felt like, of course, it's a really heavy gold investment, but does really make that pit easy to find. And if you get an early Roche, then you group up and Thunder might lack damage, and then it could just enable you to find tier 2 towers.
I still feel like they're a little bit less...
top lane. He's going to be in trouble. Mickey's going to lead him with the haste. He's close to a tier 2 tower, so instantly rotations are coming out. But they'll get the kill before Thunder are able to protect the Night Stalker. Matthew, along with some of the other supports from Thunder, moving to top. Sacred's going to be playing around with the Rolling Thunder, but they'll just target down Insania at the moment. Instead, Liquid, they're going to bring Boxy as well to continue on with the team fight. It's again the sustain proving to be an issue as Thunder. They'll finally kill off the Enchantress, but it does come at the cost of Panda's life as well.
To me, that opens up the Roche pit. You've used the Rolling Thunder. I was thinking maybe Thunder Awaken might have been a little bit more hesitant about using it. I mean, he's not expecting them to want to run at him. This is just the crazy chaos that South American Dota provides. He at least gets off the Chemical Rage.
The team's nowhere to be seen towards Matumbament's location. So Thunder, that is a gigantic kill. Martu was doing such a good job to find his farm across the map, but the first time he steps over the river, Thunder will penalize his positioning.
This is that timing that I said they wanted to use that Dark Ascension around, though. The 14-minute mark, just because it's going to be wearing off right around the 15-minute mark, it'll still be nighttime. I don't think he's going to go ahead and buy any of these components of the armlet. You know on Pakaz that this Beastmaster has got the Helm of the Overlord, so you need a response to it right now. That's what's going to take over this game.
Panda? Not the target they want for the smoke. I look to go around him instead. They do so alone, moving back towards the tier 2 Sao. They could get Sacred as well. Mickey's got a double damage rune to play with for the fight, and that is an easy kill for Liquid. And now they've got firm control to be able to de-ward the top jungle, and they should open up the pit.
But they've got the shard. They've got the shard on the Night Stalker. Can they take this quickly enough? Wondering if we might see Lone just use the Nature's Call down bottom. I was thinking he might be using one of those treants if he TP'd up top to be able to scout out the pit, but this is just dropping way too fast for Thunder Awaken to be able to deal with. So it's just one of these things. A single kill opens up the Roche pit for them. They have a huge advantage into their next push, and it's all on the back of Vision. They had just placed up this Observer Ward now, but it was Zai's Beastmaster Hawk that did it for them.
Are we seeing any items come out shortly for Thunder that are going to be able to maybe take fights into this Aegis, or do we feel like they still need to continue avoiding Liquid for a little bit of time?
You want to avoid as much as possible. I mean, you've got the potential to now join on Pakaz. He's got the Aghanim Shard available, so you can respond to the Beastmaster a little bit. And he's also level 12, so if he chooses to put that second point in the Dark Ascension, it's a lot of extra damage that you're going to have in these team fights. Someone needs to address top lane. Like, he could very easily look to TP up here if he wanted to, just to slow down the Beastmaster push, because it's a long way back to the Ancients to have that similar level of pushing potential, and you know that the Alchemist wants to farm that.
Look at Insania's positioning, man. Oh, he's always on point on the Enchantress. Positioning in front of the sieging Beastmaster, so this smoke from Thunder will not be able to wrap all the way around to catch out the offlaner.
As soon as it wears off as well, you've got this Hawk to the top side of the tower, so they know
he's
everything
going to jump on this opportunity. Going to be cautious about the silence. Dark Ascension. They're going to look to enter the fight on the Night Stalker. Sacred with a charge up of the Rolling Thunder as well. They've got the first one. They stole the coil. Matthew on this Rubik. Going to hold them into place, but Liquid, they want to show up to take the team fight. They need to get themselves ready for the second round, but instead they'll turn to Matumbaman instead on the higher ground. But can they kill off the Alchemist? The Solar Guardian buying some valuable time for Matumbaman to heal back up. They'll turn to Pakaz. The free pathing for the Night Stalker won't be able to fly himself to safety. But Liquid, they find a triple on Mickey. They set themselves steady after the... Oh, hang on. Mickey, he's moved back in. They went to claim the outpost, and Liquid, they were just too disjointed to protect the Puck's life.
That was without the Crippling Fear as well. Unfortunately for Pakaz, I just feel he made that rotation up to top a little bit too late. You've lost a tier 2 tower now. Very important. I mean, Liquid already have the vision advantage with, Enchantress just being able to put her body out there. Nearly reaching up to level 10, so you're going to have that extra 10 magic resistance. You've got the maxed out Nature's Attendance. Right now, Insania's main concern isn't doing damage. It's just scouting out, preventing Thunder Awaken from finding these pickoffs that are going to stop Liquid from snowballing. This is the Liquid that everyone saw during the Western European DPC. Fast, aggressive, take objectives, win team fights because of their good cohesion. This is a squad that's stuck together for a very long time, and they're doing it really well in this first game today.
Yeah. Does feel like the damage is... There's issues for Thunder. They need to blow heroes up before the reactions come out, because we see Insania max out Nature's Attendance, Solar Guardian soon to be level 2, Boxy's working on a Crimson Guard as well, so they're going to be really, really quick with these kills on Thunder.
This is going to help, though. They've got the Blink Dagger on Pakaz. This might be the timing that they were waiting for. Wonder if they're even just using that Satyr Tormentor that Insania was sending forward to be able to scout this all out. They don't have vision of that smoke going on, but if no one reveals on the map, they know that there's no creeps to be farming there. If no one
they saw the creep. Mickey,
on.
Instant blink on 4 from Pakaz. That's going to be the reveal. He's got the Yules to play with. Can the control come in afterwards alone? Teep is in. Beautifully done. An incredible reveal from Thunder.
Yeah, exactly what you want. It's a couple of times now that Mickey has been caught out on his own, and perhaps should have read that movement a little bit better, considering what I just said before. Insania's creep showed you everything.
T1 Tower, really valuable objective if they can find it on Thunder.
Be careful in this Pango, though. You've got a Beastmaster Roar.
Tumberman's going to try and jump Matthew. They're going to be able to fight Dawnbreaker instead. Boxy's in a little bit of trouble to attempt the TP up, but they've got the telekinesis to cancel. Meanwhile, the left side as well, Pakaz along with Sacred trying to charge down Zai. They haven't secured the kill just yet, but the Roar, they can turn it back around as Matu moves on in, gets the kill onto the Night Stalker. They'll bring down Sacred as well. They've got to be cautious, Thunder. You can't stick around as Tumberman's hunting. Pandamu can try and turn around, reposition, gets lucky with the multicast as well, but a 4-star forward, they will not get in range for the concoction. But Mickey, he's nearby, TP's back in, they'll snap the coil instantly on Pandamu, but they're more than happy to go for the dive. They know multiple members are down from Thunder, there will be no rebuttal for that attempt.
They even had a few of those skellies to be able to tank up that first little bit of the tower. No glyph. They've still got, well, actually, Aegis was reclaimed previously, but they've got a lot of pushing power. And the Tumberman's going to make full advantage of that. That was just another one of the instances where Thunder Awaken, they were a little bit disjointed. Alone didn't show up to that fight. He had the Orchid, he had the BKB, didn't use either. His teamfight contribution was just the Wrath of Nature. They probably kill Zai, and then suddenly you're much more survivable and sustainable, your teamfight presence, because you don't have to worry about this inner beast just buffing everything up. It was a great blink in coming through from Pakaz, instantly able to lock in onto the key target. He used the Hunter of the Night to get rid of the Ancient Granite Golem, so everyone was a lot less tanky. The damage output was decreased, but everyone needs to commit on Thunder Awaken. That's the state that this game's at right now.
Yeah. We do say maybe Sacred with this Aghanim Shard completely surely could help. It looks like he's actually offering for a blink considering the gold that he has in the bank at the moment. So that will further their capability to jump in and start these fights.
It's like Matu is itemizing for that all-in focus onto himself, going into the AC next. Obviously, nothing groundbreaking, but if he was wanting to be a little bit more aggressive, might have opted for the Blink Dagger route just to be able to catch out these squishier heroes like the Nature's Prophet if you're able to get in on top of him after a stun.
Do we feel like Thunder are just going to be waiting for the BKB though on Pakaz with how close he is? Can they fight beforehand?
I wouldn't feel too confident about it. I mean, it's hard to be able to create any space or find somewhere safe to farm on this map right now. Like, Pakaz feels like this top area might be the only place that he's able to do so, but look at the rotation coming through from Liquid. Zai
close to the
tier 3 team to catch up.
Sacred's ready to react as well. That's an incredible rolling Thunder, but look at the reactions. Liquid still a defensive telekinesis. They stole the roll, but Pakaz is still in trouble. He'll fly out to safety. Mike just brute forces up the hike, but Matu's in for the cleanup. Gets the first, charging forward into Alone as well. It just sprouted himself inside the meat grinder.
You're trapped in here with me.
Goodbye.
Damn.
Easy gold, thank you very much. Midas as well. Midas.
Might be waiting for an enchanted creep.
No. Massive Midas, not like this. Midas, please.
I mean, Do you not just go again in 30 seconds on Liquid?
Okay.
No,
So I thought you were gonna. I thought you were gonna try and justify the.
No. Yeah, but don't you just go again? You just wait for the Dream Call to be up, you wait for the Primal Roar to be up, you've nearly got the AC completed on Matumba Man because of that team fight, you don't have Dark Ascension, it's daytime, he's still a little short on the BKB, but I honestly don't think that's even going to be that big of a factor. Most of the time, I like the Aghanim Shard as well on the Ogre, not this game. Like, you have so many units hitting you, and it only blocks, like, 3 instances of damage, so, don't think the effect is going to be fully realized.
Are they strong enough to go high ground? Seems like they're grouping up for it.
Yeah, absolutely they are. AC, don't have to worry about the Night Stalker. Even with BKB, who cares? It's daytime. They only have the Central Conqueror taken, but...
Matthew's still really playing with Raw. Oh my god.
What are we oh-my-godding about?
I just saw Insane use item build. Sacred? Not the greatest use of the Rolling Thunder. Insane is holding back the rest of their numbers to get any follow-up damage. So that is a big ultimate now on cooldown, and this should be a free set of barracks.
Nicely done by Liquid. Understanding the limitations of Thunder at that stage of the game. Just 30 seconds left on that daytime, and Dark Ascension only coming up now. Roshan's also available, and that's exactly where Liquid are looking to pass towards. Just get some vision up on the retreat in not-so-obvious spots, and look to claim this one for yourself, as well as that Aghanim Shard.
Sanya's going for this Giga Chad build on the Enchantress. Hurricane Pike. It's pretty goddamn farmed, and if you avoid the Enchantress and deal with some of the other components, then this hero is going to deal a lot of damage, but look at his positioning again. Pops to smoke, and because... Oh, nice. Just gets the blink away. They could go on the hunt here, Liquid, if they want to. They've got the Hawk scouting them out.
This is the other aspect of that, the fast Liquid style that I like. I mean, it's another smoke, so I probably don't have time to say anything. Okay, maybe I do. Not only does it, like, put a lot of pressure onto the enemy team because, you know, you've got all these early timings, your map's slowly been taken away. It's just less time for communication about things like
R2 could be in trouble in bottom. They saw him TP down.
The
It
boys
does
are
look
here,
like
and he's got
Liquid
ages.
are reading this, yeah.
But what I was saying before was, like, the less time for communication about other small things like item choices. Because Alone's nearly finished up his AC. And right now, Picard has his own queued up. Okay, now that there was a little bit of a reprieve, he's finally gone away and said, all right, I'll just get a Moon Shard instead, because we need to blow someone up. That's the main goal right now from Thunder. Another stack built up inside the triangle. They're just trying to shove these lanes out as well as they can, but they don't have the best tools to be able to do so. And it's that fine line of needing the Wrath of Nature to be able to do it, but also needing the damage for these team fights. If they could wait out 1,000 gold, that'd be a big win for Thunder Awaken. Just having that AC is a big benefit.
Well, maybe the double damage rune can actually help out with some of their issues. Grouping up like they want to take a fight. Sanya's going to charge in. Meanwhile, inside the mid lane, though, because with the Dark Ascension's going to try and kill off Boxy. Alone's even going to look to join as well. The Crimson Guard, not enough damage block.
Looking to try and get a tier 1 tower with the remains of it. Still half duration on that Dark Ascension, so you can tell that they want more, but Insania, again, just putting his body in the way. Finding all these sorts of
Sacred.
rotations.
There's a big pick-off they can get in range. So he's going to try and close the distance. Sacred's able to charge up the Rolling Thunder as well, but again, there's no damage follow-up. He enters the fight, but the rest of Thunder in two minds about taking this skirmish. Sacred will have enough duration to escape. Mickey can close the distance with the coil. Matthew once again is going to be able to steal it. It could give them an opportunity to escape it. Matthew just charges on forward. BKB popped, and now he's got his eyes set all on Alone. He TP'd in, and once again brought down with ease. Another Night Stalker. He's in trouble. And BKB at the last second could give Picard an opportunity to retreat to the higher ground, but Sacred, he will not have the same fate as Liquid. Up they go for another kill.
They don't even care about the towers as well, popping the Crimson Guard on Boxy. That's the benefit of having this Dawnbreaker, right? Similar to a Spectre. Buy back, instantly rejoin the fight, just like that. And this is Liquid's game to lose. I really don't see an avenue for Thunder Awaken to be able to come back into this one. see Fire Shield used onto the tower, instantly gets removed just because they have so many units that are infiltrating the base.
5% chance at the moment here for Thunder. Gonna be going up against the Aegis for still another minute 45 on Martu. Because, look at the jump, the Night Stalker's in trouble for the moment. A Fire Blast gonna be able to hold back Martu, but the Rolling Thunder as well, but still they killed off the Night Stalker with all the damage coming through from Zai Summons and Insania. They need to respect the Enchantress, and they're not doing so far. But the coil will hold them together as Liquid continue to move on forward, getting kill after kill.
Doing their best to try and bait them in. Dark Ascension's available. He really would want that level 20 if possible. Just
Sacred?
Extra damage potential. Well, they get one. Martu's got a minute left on that Aegis, so he's not the main target. It's all about finding the backlines, but ends up walking on into a creep wave, and they are lacking in damage, so they might be forced to go onto Martu just to get something.
Thinking about TPing into the middle of the fight, because he's finally able to catch up to the backline, but Zai's going to look to BKB TP out. You left
respawning
Martu
here without his boys.
Martu,
I mean, they got the
he doesn't have a
Solar
TP
Guardian.
as well. They could rejoin with the Solar Guardian. BKB is going to soon expire because he's going to look to go for Mickey instead. A Solar Guardian will land him with the slam down stun because he's trying to escape to the higher ground. Eats the creep. He's back to a decent amount of health to play with. They're doing a really good job to kite the Chemical Rage. Martu stuck
Dark
inside the
Ascension's
Sprout. It's
gone.
going to move towards the left. Again, the Sprout just holding Martu back in place. But as soon as they break the trees, and look at this, the buyback's coming out. Liquid, they need to get more kills. They need to get alone, but he will escape. A TP out in the middle of it all as Mickey will finally be able to catch out at least one member of Thunder. And that's going to be the sacrifice of the Rubik.
Oh, it's a big cost just to break even in that engagement, and who has buyback? Yeah, left. Yeah, only Alone has it. Fitting, but yeah, it just feels like this is too much from Liquid. They've got all the damage potential in the world. They've got all the pushing, and you just went that little bit too greedy on Thunder Awaken. This is why I'm not as big of a fan of the Midas. You know, we see the downsides to it. You don't have that next item that you need to truly have that fighting capability before you've lost too much of your map. Again, you're against an Alchemist. You don't want to go late.
Dude, they stole a greater treat on not using it against themselves. Oh, Megas, and they're just going to go for the jugular. Looking like it's going to be a game one victory. Will be a miraculous haul for Thunder. Sacred will make the attempts. There's no follow-up, and in fact, Zai is just going to hold him in place so Martu can get the damage ramping up. Sacred down and out of the count. No buyback in the GZ drop. Liquid, a really important game one victory for them. Of course, both these two teams are fighting to continue on and move over to the bracket play.
I don't think that puts Thunder Awaken completely out of it because they've got that next series to come afterwards, but it's kind of similar to what we saw from Tundra in the previous series. I think they're almost reaching the point where you have to win out because with that win, Liquid just solidifies itself with that one extra win ahead of you. Now they're 2 wins ahead, and that's what's needed to break yourself